Hi guys, welcome back to the PS Love Yourself podcast. I'm Maya.
And I'm Maya.
Grab yourself a coffee or a cocktail and have a seat because it's about to get real.
And it's about to get real personal, if you know what I mean, guys. We have we have a special guest joining our podcast today. And we are so excited to have you guys see her.
We're so excited to have somebody join our podcast and really dive deep into somebody else's brain and how they think and how they view the world and the things that they're doing and the things that they love to do. But further ado, we are going to now introduce our lovely guest.
Yes. So let's have a drum roll, please.
Today, we have our lovely friend Alyssa here. She's on our podcast.
Hi guys.
Today we're really going to go through Alyssa's journey with her starting her YouTube channel, what her YouTube's about, and kind of like do a little Q&A with her. And she's going to give us some insight on how she grew her YouTube channel and what she's doing today to grow it, and kind of give us a little bit of advice since we are just starting our
newbies.
Podcast.
She's a pro.
She's a pro.
Yeah.
We're the newbies here. As you guys know, we shit on ourselves every episode.
That's true, folks. That's true.
That's true.
It's like a game show talk.
Well, we're so excited. And yeah, we're kind of just gonna jump right into it.
Dive right in. So let's cut to the music.
We're gonna pass the mic to Alyssa.
Yes. Bear with us.
Sorry, I'm gonna pull up my questions.
Bear with us. We do have 2 mics right now. So
yeah, guys, you know what it is. You know what the basement podcast is.
Yes.
We don't have a lot of equipment. We've been through this before, so we are going to be passing mics back and forth.
Yeah. So I'll give this one to Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi there.
Welcome on our podcast.
I'm so excited. I've never been on a podcast.
A little background about who Alyssa is. I've talked about her in a few of our first episodes when I was kind of introducing us, going through introduction episodes. Alyssa and I have been friends since the 5th grade.
Oh my god, yes, forever.
We have been friends. Yeah, we have been friends our whole life. We grew up together. We have done all the things. We were teens together, kids together, now adults together. So we really went through all stages of life. So it's really cool to see us both following our dreams and doing what we love to do. Alyssa started YouTube about a year ago.
Yeah, now it's been a year, so it's crazy.
Yeah, and her following has grown, and she's really really into it. So really, we're just going to dive into how, Alyssa has been on her journey. I'm going to kickstart us off with kind of an easy question, but why and what made you want to start YouTube?
I don't know. So a few years ago, I moved to Florida, right? And everyone in Florida is vlogging, right? So I don't know. I guess that's a big thing. I never thought about doing YouTube before. And so my uncle's like, oh, you should try it. I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I don't even know what to do. How do I hold a camera? I don't know anything. He's like, just do it. So, he really pushed me to go out there and film. And I was like, well, what am I going to film? So I just, did my research and stuff like that and, looked at other people's, pages. I'm like, okay, what's, popular in Florida? What do people want to see? Because everyone wants to see, what's happening in Florida that don't live there.
Yeah, because it's, touristy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was like, okay, oh, my God, my first video was the worst video I've ever put out.
That's our first podcast
video. My god. Yes, I was so nervous and I was recording this. It was just but anyways, I've grew since then and it's a growing experience and I love it. It's so fun.
For sure. So, tell us a little bit about what your channel is and what you do on your YouTube channel and your YouTube channel name. Kind of break it down for us.
So, my YouTube channel name is MissLyss. So, basically, the content I put out now, I switched it up a little bit. So, it's a lot of horror, it's a lot of scary but mixed with toys, and then it's a lot of shopping, so anything stores or cool events. I'm trying to get more into the events Comic-Con and stuff like that. I'd really love to do that, but haven't done it yet, so still have more stuff to do, so many more goals, but it's just in that content. So just comics, I don't know, just I love toys. I'm obsessed, with collecting and collectors and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Okay. I did, what I like, and kind of put it out there and just see maybe other people like it too. And I just kind of, grew.
So since your content is obviously more, in the public eye, obviously you said your first video was horrible because you were recording down here, but like you were obviously very shy. How long did it take you to get over your shyness, and kind of how did you just start being okay with filming in public? Me and Maya film in a basement, so it's literally just me and her and our camera. So
yeah.
We're
definitely.
not, we're not shy.
I know, and like even now, like I think it's just strange, like for me right now, because I don't really do this. So I'm like, do I look at the camera? Do I look at her? Do I look at her? Like, I want everybody to feel included. Like so. But other than that, like when I'm out there, like it's just like I don't know what's going on around me. Like I'm in my own zone. You know what I mean? Like, and I try to like respect people's space. So like if someone wants to like look at something that I'm looking at, like I'm gonna go walk away and do something else and then come back. But like other than that, like I just kind of like am in my zone. I really don't care now what people think of me. Like, because I'm doing it. I'm doing it for me. Like,
and mind you guys, rewind back to one of our episodes. Alyssa has always been the type to never give up. And I think I have said this in some of our episodes where I'm like, I really admire that about her because she really doesn't care what people think. And we've had this topic on our podcast of like, how do you not care what people think of you? But like, I mean, honestly, you just gotta live your life. Like, you can't live your life.
They don't. Yeah. How's it gonna benefit? How's it gonna benefit you? Like, it's just crazy. And now, like, people even here, like, so more people look at me here in Illinois than in Florida, because Florida, it's like it's popular. Like people do it, Disney and Orlando, like they're used to it. Here, they're not. Like
we're not used
like
to
they're
that.
just stare like this. And I'm like, okay, well,
yeah, it's definitely different because, like you said, Florida's this tourist like place, so everybody's vlogging, everybody's taking pictures, everybody's taking videos. Here, the same. You go out here and people are like, I mean, so Maya and I have done like some like Target haul videos or whatever. Like we've run to Target, and like they're funny, and like we do get a lot of like good views on them, and people do enjoy them. But when I say like we're in Target, people are like. Because they're not used to us being in public. Or if they do see an influencer in public, I feel like a lot of influencers are sometimes like over the top with it. And so people sometimes I feel like get like annoyed of that influencer lifestyle because like you said, you respect the people's space. Yeah, and some people are shopping. They don't want to be in your video. They're like, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. And I know like people are like, oh, like it's usually like the younger or like the channels for the younger generation that are like, oh, no, dude, did you see this? Like, look at, like, I don't know. I mean, but that's their content. That's what they like, right?
What they like,
but I don't want to be in people's way. Like, I don't want to, like, weird anybody or make anybody feel uncomfortable because they don't want to be filmed.
They don't want to be in there.
I'm not trying to get, like, the little kids in there or anything. Like it just, I try to avoid it. But then again, it's, like, the public, you can record. Like, it's nothing that you can't, So, but, I don't know. Now it's, like, it's so easy to film. I can literally film anything.
So now you're just like,
and it's like you can make content out of anything. Like, really, like if people want to see you go get a coffee, like,
they do. I mean, like on our TikToks, like our personal pages, like these people eat up like the things that we do. Even like Maya's Get Ready With Me is like I've talked about that before, and like they really enjoy that.
Yeah, they will like watch. It's like a TV show, like they want to see what you're doing, what's going on in your life, like you have anything interesting, what more about you. They love learning about you.
So I guess like with that being said, like how did you know who your audience was? Like how did you know like what was reaching out to them? How did you know like what you wanted to keep going? Like obviously you're in this horror stuff and that's what you want to do, but like what if nobody liked that? You know what I mean? Which they do because she is doing very well. But like how did you kind of like pick up on it? Or is it just the views, the comments, and you kind of just rolled with it? Like you talked more into the audience? Like how did you do that? Or I guess your viewers,
Yeah, so like first I was doing Florida stuff, whatever they were doing. Like, oh, they're going to like Old Town, so I would go over there. They're filming Disney stuff. I'm gonna go downtown Disney or Disney Spring, like all this kind of stuff. Like I was doing hotels, I was doing all. I'm like, dude, like I'm not growing. Like what am I doing? Like, and so one day I was like, okay, I think it was like I can't remember. I think it was a Spirit video or something like that, and I went to Spirit. I'm like, I love Halloween. Like, I'm obsessed. I love horror. Like, let me just film it. Maybe they want to see stuff. And it kind of just kept taking off. And I'm like, okay, they like that. Maybe I should do, another fall. Let me try fall.
Oh, so it didn't start with horror stuff. It started from the Spirit Halloween video.
Kind of like it fell into like fall and then Spirit Halloween.
And then you were in like Halloween. Yeah, and I was like, you were like experimenting with the horror.
So they were like, I was like, I tried both. And I was like, what's going to do better?
So you tried the tourist thing. You tried going around Florida, and
Hotels,
then you stepped into Spirit, and it's just
it took
like,
off. I was like,
people.
Yeah, so I was like,
cool.
oh, like people don't think like horror is such a big niche. It's such a big audience, like from all over, like different states, countries, everything like that. So like people really like it's really huge. So, I was like, I'm just gonna film something I want to film and I enjoy and makes me happy,
like,
my
see
interest,
what's going on,
and then maybe like I'll grow an audience from it, and it kind of just took off. I was like, yep, found my niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and it's nice to connect with people that have the same interest. Like, you can really just talk about anything and everything. So,
another question that I know we wanted to ask you as well is like, how did you have the audience that you have gravitate towards your video? Because Halloween is like a different niche and it's unique and people like to see that, but like you got to pull something else more to it. And how did you do that? Like, what did you do to like get more followers or like subscribers or like get more comments, more views?
Yeah, so I was like, well, Halloween doesn't last forever, right? Sadly, like I love it. I wish it did. I stretch it out as long as I can, and then I'm like, okay, well, if they like Halloween, of course they're like obsessed with like horror movies. Like I love horror movies, so how can I like stretch this,
to be like a all year type of thing?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll visit, shops that sell horror stuff. I'll do movie reviews. Like I'll review movies, or I collect like horror toys. So I'm like, I like toys that are like horror, and then like that even grew into something else I didn't know
something
it was
like
going
a different topic than just horror movies.
Like the whole toy thing.
Like collection.
Yes, they actually like it. And then I was like, okay, well, if they like the horror, figures, like they're gonna like comics too. So I go to comic stores and I grow an audience from there. So like I'm just branching off all these different ideas.
Okay, that's smart.
Kind of thing. And I'm just like, maybe they'll like this. I enjoy this, so they're gonna enjoy this.
And I know you have very good thumbnails too. Like you have a thumbnail
thank you.
So like compared, like so we're still a learning curve. So compared to our thumbnails and hers, I'd click on hers 1,000 times over mine. Like ours. Ours is sad and depressed. And, like that's what we are. But like, damn, we don't gotta express it to the world.
Me and you sitting on the couch with the
no, literally, like we look so sad. But like hers is like actually like you want to click on it. It's like colorful. You have multiple things in there, like.
And that's important too, like, so when I'm doing the channel, I'm like, okay, what is gonna make, people click on this video? If they've never seen me before, never heard of me, and they just see a picture, like, what's gonna make you click it, So, I don't know, it depends on the video too. So, like, if I'm in my room talking, I'm like, about, let's just say, toys are my favorite thing, how am I gonna make it creative? I don't really have anything, well, I could show, like, my figures and my toys, but, like, how am I gonna make people, like, attention? Like the font matters, the letters, like what pictures.
It's the small details that matter.
Yes, it is. Like the little details like really matter. So I don't know. It's a learning experience because I try other things. Oh, it doesn't work. And I'm like, that's nothing.
It's honestly like a hit or miss project. Yeah. Like you have to like scavenge around and see what truly people like to see. Mm-hmm. And guys, we are gonna list her YouTube link down below, so go ahead and give her a subscribe as long with us as well too. We'll put all of our socials down below, so click the description box.
So I don't know why I learned this too with my channel is like my shirts matter. Like what's on my shirt.
Really?
So
see now we wouldn't have thought of that. What do you mean your shirts matter?
Yeah,
like you gotta like be for real. Like you gotta open more.
Let me just say something because me and Maya sometimes look like orangutans,
and we do right now. Okay, but
me and Maya sometimes be looking rough. I'm like,
we
girl,
always look rough.
Girl. Well, we also film on the iPhone, and we put 0.5.
They don't get it.
No, but anyways, please let us know.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean your shirts matter? Like, you mean the color or like the style?
I'm just trying to figure that out myself. So like, it's weird. Like, so like they like the bright colors for some reason.
Okay.
Or if it's lettering. I don't feel bright today, so I'm not gonna.
No, look at all of us. We're like dark and depressed right now.
Yeah, we kind of are. Yeah. So like, I don't like. So like, I have a few shirts that are like, it's like a movie or a movie creep show, whatever, and it has like, it's just bright and neon-y, right?
Very eye-catching.
Yes, and so like, people click that. I don't know why. I was like, why did I get so many clicks on this?
Yeah.
It's the shirt. Like, it's the shirt, dude.
Crazy.
So then I started doing like like shirts, and they like when I wear it because I feel more confident when I film with a hat.
Okay.
Don't know why. Psychologically, I pretend like no one's there.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Yeah.
Like I just like wearing a hat, so I do that. And then I also love. Well, now it's winter here, so I don't do it as much. But I put my tattoos in the thumbnails, and like don't know why they like.
It's like
that.
more unique. I think it's the uniqueness.
Yeah.
It's different.
They want to click on it. They're like.
You should do a tattoo tour on your channel if you haven't yet. That'd be cool.
I did a few. I haven't like gone
okay.
into depths. I just did like short videos, and people were like asking. But I love my tattoos. They're so cool. Like I love it. But I one day I was like, let me show my tattoo. Maybe I'll get clicks. I don't know. So I did it. Dude, I got like 3,000. I was like, yep, I think I'm gonna start putting my tattoos and like
That's crazy.
Yeah,
like those small little things.
It is. You have to pay attention to every little detail.
I think what I'm getting from this is we suck.
No, no.
I'm just kidding.
No.
But me and, Maya and I, like, since we do have a podcast, it is a very different world than just the YouTube community in general.
Yeah.
Like, Alyssa's putting a lot of content out of every day on, like, things that her audience, like, grew to love or whatever. And it's like Maya and I have a specific day and time that we post our podcast for our listeners. And it is different because more of a podcast, you guys are listening. Now they're watching and listening because we only have YouTube, which we're working on our Spotify platform. So it's easier to just like pop your headphones in, put us on Spotify, listen, go about your day, go to the gym, grocery shop, whatever you're doing. Now I feel like it's harder for them because they have to put our video up, and then it's like you put your phone in your pocket, your YouTube stops, and it's like a whole hassle. So it definitely is different for us to grow. And I think like that's why we always push our TikTok so hard because that's what we're growing on. And Alyssa can literally just post these videos every day, and like she doesn't really promote her stuff. Like you don't really promote your stuff that much. Like you do a little bit on Instagram, but not too much. So it's like you're growing straight from posting videos every single day.
And honestly, like, oh man, I tried the TikTok thing. They're blowing up on TikTok. I don't know, like, the TikTok world. Like, I tried. I'm like, dude, this is like... She doesn't know
the TikTok world.
No, I am not good. But
Maya does better than me. I'm, like, trying
to,
I
saw her, and I was like...
Yeah, she's doing very good.
So good.
My personal one is like... my personal one's like, but our, podcast page does well, and
that one is, like, blowing up, and, like, we're actually getting people, and, like we're engaging
comments
with them.
and
they
like
comment,
and
like,
they do like love followers. That, and so it's pretty cool. So we're doing that. So I think that's gonna help us a little bit more.
When I saw hers, I was like, dang. I was like, she's really good.
Yeah, she's
like
really good,
I was like, oh my god. I was like, I don't. And for me, I'm like, I'm new to like TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to work this. Like I try, I put like a weird video up
on your YouTube account,
Yeah.
And I think like us smashing our worlds is like really good for us. And now that Alyssa's like back home, because like she said, she lived in Florida.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like this will help us because Maya and I are so new to this YouTube world. Although we are only posting our podcast that gets posted once a week at the same time, it's harder for us to grow. But that's why we push TikTok, and we can help you with the TikTok and kind of show that.
Yeah.
And you can help us with the YouTube because she was telling us stuff that we had no fucking idea. And
no one knows like behind the scenes of like what you have to do.
Of how much it actually is.
Yes, to even get more views than usual. Like you could just post a video. No, there's like
there's so
many
much
little
into it that we didn't even. I mean, down to the fucking t-shirt.
Yeah,
I think too. Also, guys, like, this is kind of like. This is not to put anybody down that you can't do it because we're three girls sitting here that grew up in Illinois, the bogus, just like we didn't grow up with like money or like a good lifestyle that like we got handed things or whatever. We're definitely working for the things and the goals and the dreams that we want. And like, that's why we come on here, Maya and I, and share our stuff and share our progress and our growth. And like, that's why we bring Alyssa on here because she's doing well on her YouTube. And it's like, we have goals and we have dreams that like we're trying to hit. So that's why we bring it on here because you guys also can hit your goals and your dreams, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be social media. But at the end of the day, if you have goals and dreams, I mean, you can do whatever you want in this world. I mean, this is so, cliche to say, but you really only live once. So like, do whatever you want. Yeah. And really like, do whatever.
If you would have told me this like maybe like 5 years ago, even like 3 years ago, like, hey, you're going to have a YouTube channel and you're going to have a lot of followers. Like, you're going to be talking in public. And I'll be like,
not even
no,
I
can't even.
And, like, that'd be the same with me. If, like, you told me I was going to start a podcast and be like, ugh. Yeah. Like, I probably would have laughed it off and been whatever. And that's what Maya and I have tried, explained in our other videos is, like, we've always joked about like doing something and we're here and we put the effort in, we put the time in, and even the money, because it is expensive. You have to get the equipment, you have to get all this stuff.
Yeah.
You can do it. Like I said, we're on our iPhone, and like you have to start somewhere, right? Like we can look back on these videos after we get a camera that we really want, or like a backdrop that we know we need. And we can do all of this stuff, but like, then we're going to look back and see how amazing our growth was.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm still recording on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, it records
but
just
compared
as
to
good.
your first video, which hopefully you guys go watch, compared to your first video to the video that is recently out, there's a lot of growth there. From the clickbait to the, what you said you were wearing, to what you're talking about, to what you're doing.
Even how I'm talking, like, oh my God, like, I would not be that comfortable, like,
right,
like, you could tell the difference.
Different. And I think we even experienced that from our first episode to our last one. The way we were talking, the way we were sitting, the way we, like, portrayed ourselves, it was so different. And, like, now we're like, okay, we're 11 episodes in? Yeah. Like, even 11 is not too much, but it's not too little. So we're figuring out, like, what we actually want to do, how we want to be portrayed online, because, again, I mean, people pick you apart online. They really rip you to pieces. Going into that, we'll talk about the hate comments in a second. But, you really have to decide who you want to look like online. Do you actually want to be 100% authentic yourself? Do you want to tweak it a little bit? Because these people don't know us the way that we know each other. Exactly. So you got to pick and choose what you want to show. Plus, are people going to like the 100% you, or are they going to like the tweaked version? You don't know.
Yeah, you definitely don't know. And it's like whatever you're comfortable with. Like me, I like being 100% myself, because that's just easier to stay that way, and I just keep doing what I'm doing. Like, if you don't like it, that's okay. That's fine. It's not your interest.
Move on and pick something else.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and if you do, good for you. And honestly, since being like, because the first few videos I did on YouTube, I was not myself, obviously.
Right. I think that's like how me and Maya were. We're nervous.
Yeah.
We're, moving around a lot, touching our hair.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was me.
Like, we don't know how to talk, what to say, all of that stuff.
You know how many times I said My uncle and I watched a video, and he's like, "You said like 30 times." Like,
do we say
You do.
I do.
Yes, but you're getting actually better at it.
I say a lot
here and there, but you're getting better at it. Like, you actually could form your words way better than you did the first episode.
Okay, because the first episode you're scared. You're like, I don't know what to say.
It's a progress thing. I'm still trying to learn myself.
Because what you put out online is always going to be online.
It's always you always have a digital footprint. That's never going to go
always
away.
Have that. So it's like, I think we're trying to figure out how we want to say something, when we want to say it, what are, our topics. And obviously we come on here trying to build a positive platform and a platform of self-growth and how we can help
with everyone and with each other.
Yeah, and we're trying to make you guys feel good and make us feel good and the accountability. So that's what we want to put out. But sometimes we come on here and we're like orangutans talking shit. No, I'm just kidding. But
we're not kidding though.
It's a little different. But let's get into these hate comments.
She's very excited about these hate comments, which we're going to ask Alyssa about some of these hate comments.
Thankfully, Maya and I haven't gotten a true hate comment. We have gotten, obviously, hate comments from our close friends or family, and that's usually just, it's not even a hate comment. They'll just tell us in person, you guys touch your hair too much, or you have to talk a little bit louder, or you need a backdrop, or why are you sitting like that? So we've gotten a lot of that. It's more criticism. It's lovely criticism because they want us to grow, which we love that. But Alyssa has gotten true hate comments, and I think once you get a hate comment, that's how you know you made it. Tell us if you can remember. Tell us some of your favorite hate comments that you received.
Yes.
And obviously, too, how did you feel when you read your first hate comment? How did you deal with it? And how do you now move past it? Do you not read them? Do you read them? And what do you do? And how do you go about it? Because I know we're bound to get a hate comment, so you can give us some advice on that.
Oh, yeah. So, definitely. So, everyone's not going to like you, and that's 100%. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
That's fine. You don't like me, bye.
Yeah, I'm going to be myself. I'm not here to really please anybody. I'm glad that people like me, and the stuff I like.
Yeah, of course.
And nobody's perfect, obviously. So, one of the first ones, okay, when I talk, sometimes I have, a little bit of a speech impediment. I've always had that since I was a kid. I know. It used to make me, self-conscious. Now I really don't care. This is how I talk. Sorry I'm not perfect. I try my best. All right? But, so someone pointed out in my video. They're like, yeah, you talk funny and this and this. I'm like, I just heart it and say thank you for watching. Like, thanks for watching my video. Like, your comment helps my channel, so thank you.
At the end of the day, them commenting and watching helps you.
Some stuff is good because I'll pay attention. Like, okay, so I didn't know. So when I record, I have like a little microphone. That's just what I have right now. So it's a Bluetooth and it hooks into your phone, and I hold this.
Yeah, don't worry, we used to have them.
Yeah, so that's what I have, and like it picks up everything. So I was chewing my gum, like that, and then that picked it up. I didn't know, and like. Someone said, God, how can you watch her when she's chewing that gum like that?
Oh my God.
And I was like, dang, I didn't even think of that. So it's good and bad. You know what I'm saying?
I think like criticism in like a kind of a healthy way is like people want you to know if they catch something right. So it's like the way that people say it though is the thing, right? If you're telling me because you have kind of better intentions and you just want to be like, hey, like, you know, this is what I've seen and this is what I heard, whatever. I think that's okay because then I'll read a comment like that and be like, that's what we're going to fix for next time. We learn from it. Don't do it again. That will help us. But sometimes when they're like, you're ugly, I'm like, well, can't fix my face. So don't click on my video next time.
Dude, someone literally said, I think it was a guy's profile because you could look at their picture, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, you're a little bit of a more plus-size woman. I wouldn't date you, but you're pretty. Like,
so a backhanded compliment.
Thank you for your comment. Like, I was like, he just called me pretty, but fat. I was like,
pretty
but fat. I'm bigger. He's like, I like the bonier, skinnier type. I was like, dude, that's a wild comment, but I was like,
you said thanks for watching. Like,
and I hearted it. Yep. And I was like, thank you. Like, yeah. And
that's
then
funny.
Some other ones are like, I don't know. Sometimes I just get hater ones. They're like, she thinks she's all that. Like, no. But
actually, I don't think I'm all that. I'm just trying to
love myself more.
Dream.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So I'm always getting like, or they're like, oh, why do you like that? Like, why do you get those tattoos? That's so weird. Like, it's just like every little
background.
thing.
Alyssa has a Chucky tattoo, and Jason.
Yeah.
And a Jason tattoo on. She has a leg sleeve going on, so it starts from here. Her whole leg on the one side is pretty much covered, and she's gonna obviously do a big horror theme on her legs. And
so excited.
Doing like sleeves and stuff, which I think is so dope. And her tattoo artist is very good at what he does. I mean, he does very good work. Her tattoos are very dope. Personally, I wouldn't put it on my body, and I've told her this. I'm like, not something I would do, but also it's like she is so into that stuff, and like that's what she loves, and that's what makes her happy.
I love it.
So, I mean, you do you, and it looks good. The work is phenomenal, and obviously, if you go to her YouTube and her Instagram, you can see it too, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I never ever would I ever thought I'd like, you know, get that tattooed on my body. Like just these past few years, I've just been developing into like my own self-loving. You know, learning what I love.
Yeah, you just been finding out who you are.
Yeah, and
really.
Then, so, like, dude, when he, like, suggested whatever Chucky, I was like, yeah, let's just, hell yeah, run for it, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yep, and I just did it, and, like, dude, I'm obsessed now.
I have been loving watching Alyssa grow over the years. Like, I really will say that because me and Alyssa have been friends for so long, like we said, 5th or 6th grade, and it's, like, watching all the different seasons of her life and, like, her becoming who she is today, and like her liking things over the years. Like I've seen Alyssa like stuff from very girly girl to very tomboy to very this to that, and it's like, and now she like fully accepts and knows like who she is, and I think like the growth there is amazing.
Yes, and trust me, people like think I'm weird because I like it, and that's totally fine. That's cool. It's not your interest. Like everyone likes their own thing.
But now you're making money off of it, so you clocked it.
That's what I'm saying. I was like. Okay, but is your interest paying your bills or what?
Is your interest like getting you this fucking
Let me know now. So, anyways, but yeah, so I don't care. I just run with it. And I really don't, like before growing up, I would always care what people think. Like that was my number one thing. I'm like,
yeah, she
oh my
did.
God,
she
like,
always said. I honestly,
and
me and I have talked about this one of our episodes, but I've never really cared what people thought about me. Like I know if people obviously have their opinions on me, have talked shit, and everybody does. You go through high school, you're gonna have somebody that's gonna talk shit about you.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a hard time. People aren't gonna like you. You're not popular enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not this. You can't do sports. I was, you know, like there's some things you just can't do. And of course, people are gonna say what they want to say, but I never really took it to heart, and I never took it personal because I'm like, well, this is who I am. So if you want to be my friend, be my friend. If you don't, you don't. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, just stay true
But
to
Alyssa,
yourself.
Alyssa was, obviously, Alyssa was a little bit different. Like, growing up, she was like, I'm scared of what they're going to say, what they're going to think. And she always was, like, concerned about what people were saying with her.
And then I always felt like I was, like, the black sheep. Like, I always felt like I was, like, weird. Like, not weird, but, like just out of place.
Out or
yes, out of place. Yes. And, like, I was like, you know, like, I'm not like those girls. Like, they're doing cheerleading. Like, I don't want to do that. Like,
yeah.
Or, like, they like this, and I don't really like that. Like, so then, like, I kind of, like, separated from people. That's just what happens when you get older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, but separating, being alone and stuff, like, really helped me develop.
Really helped you grow.
What do I like? Like, this is me. Like, I love this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and anyone that tells you different, like,
yeah, then like, they don't really support you, and then they're not
like,
someone you really want in your life.
Yeah,
you know?
That's a bunch of negativity. Like, I don't know.
Like, I think we're so thankful, like, Maya and I, to have, like, the friends and the family we have, because they all know about our podcast, and they all really support it and love it. And it might, like, sometimes they might, you know, we might think it's a little embarrassing, and we're like, don't talk about it, and we're like so shy, and we're like, you know, but I think we're so, like, we're so blessed to have the following we do, like, with our family and our friends, and true support, because they actually would love to see us take off and like do something with what we're doing. Like, they genuinely enjoy it. Like, our family puts it on their TV, or
shout out to we promised this shout out to all of Maya's family members.
Well, first of all, probably we can't really list all of you.
Yeah, but like
we did shout out Uncle Steve last episode, and it got brought up in Christmas. So Jack, Emma, Auntie. Sorry, Auntie. I can't call you anything else but Auntie. I know you want me to say your name, but that's just what I call you.
Nick, Reed,
you know,
that's the family.
Nick,
everyone.
Reed, all of them.
All of Maya's family. They
my
are
mom,
all big
my dad, my sister.
Honestly,
I'm like everybody
besides your brother.
They do all. Yeah, my brother doesn't watch our shit. He thinks we're embarrassing, and he thinks we shouldn't do it, but it's funny.
Like she said, like, we are so grateful, because honestly, without them starting, like, helping us with this,
we
wouldn't be where we're at, like, right now.
Zero.
Yeah.
Subscribers.
No, we're without Maya's family.
Yeah, I think my family is the only subscribers.
And Sue Haley. So shout out to Sue Haley, my best friend, because she truly watches our episodes and keeps up with it. And then she like followed Maya, and then like comments everything on her like personal stuff too.
Yeah,
so
it's very cool.
Like, we're very grateful for like having what we have.
But we're hoping with Alyssa here, she can give us some
pointers and tips and help.
She can give us some subscribers.
Help us, please.
We're going to kind of like get into it deeper of like how her mental health is with it, how she deals with stuff, what motivates her, what makes her want to get up every day and do it, and all that, because we have talked before about how we lose our motivation, how our mental health sometimes is shit. I mean, we had to take a break.
A whole fucking month.
We took a month, bitch.
Yeah, like, did we really need all that? Yes, but that's the thing, is we grow from it too, though. Like, so we do want to jump into just a little bit of a deeper aspect, because yes, YouTube, obviously everyone wants to know the questions, how do you grow this and this? But the real questions we both want to know is, like, how do you do it mentally?
How do you stay motivated?
First one, how do you stay motivated? Because you post,
ain't here.
Because you post, like, almost every day. How do you come up with content, and how do you not lose that motivation or be like, oh my god, this is a chore. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to do this. What do you do? Share us your secrets, please.
Well, first of all, it's the fans, right? Or your... Because yeah, they're fans, your subscribers, your friends. Like, that's who they are on your channel. Like, I don't want to disappoint them. I swear, if I don't post a video in like a few days, they say, "Are you okay? Is something wrong?" Like, they'll message, like, they'll, you know.
We don't have.
You will though. You know, like, and they'll like, and they message me on Instagram. They're like, "Are you okay?" Yes.
Oh my god, that's so sweet. They actually care.
And they're like, "Are you okay? Like, I haven't heard from you in a while. Are you posting content? Is everything alright?" You know, so it's very sweet that they do that. That's why, like, I like to have my separate Instagram for that.
That would help me too. Shit.
Yeah, and then they have like, they like to just talk to you and know you. And then the second would be the bag. You know what I'm saying? No, okay.
She's being so for real right now, though. Like, I appreciate that. Yes. Yep. She counting that. Get that bag.
Yeah, but
that's what we want.
Man, it's just like so cool though, and it's just like crazy. Sorry, am I like doing like? She's so cool.
So cool though.
I don't know what to do with my hands, dude. I get what you're saying. Do I hold the mic like this? Like,
you don't know what to do. That's another like learning curve we try to do. Is like we try to figure out what.
Yeah.
Go to the club.
Learning Cub.
How do you come up with content every single day too? Like, how do you do that?
Oh my god, my audience, my fans.
Oh, they
my
tell
friends,
you what they want?
I ask them.
Oh,
like,
okay.
you're making it for them, and of course you want to grow more people, but it's like your fan base, your close
You're doing
friends,
it for
like,
them.
pretty much, yeah. Or like I do like I'll do a post on YouTube, like, so you can do a post and you can put a question.
A post.
Yeah, you could do a post. Like, you could post a picture on your YouTube community.
You could do that?
Yeah. I'll have to teach you guys.
Let
me show you guys.
You have to actually teach us. I think another thing that will help us, too, is creating our own Instagram so that way we could gain followers there and ask them what they want to.
Yeah, and they'll DM you, and, like, and that's really cool.
On our social media.
Yeah, you have to.
Alyssa, get the fuck, step the fuck up.
Get the fuck up, bitch. No, yeah. So I'll ask them. Mm-hmm. So I'll say, leave a comment down below. What video do you guys want to see?
Okay. We say that too in our TikToks because we get more engagement on TikTok. No one leaves a damn fucking comment down below. So how do you get from there too? Like, that's the thing. Like, we're growing. People are clicking. Yeah, you just don't leave it. I don't know if
with TikTok, it's how many seconds is it?
It could be up to 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe throughout your podcast, right, so your episode,
Mm-hmm.
you're constantly asking questions to your viewers. Because you're talking to them. This is for them,
right?
So, hi, yeah. So,
Hi, you're here.
Yeah. So, like, you talk about a subject. You're like, well, how do you guys like your coffee, though? I like mine like this, or you like yours like this, and let me know down below, and I'll try maybe your coffee, and maybe you try people's coffee, So it's just like you're trying to drag them in. Like, they're here with us, You're talking with them. That's your friend,
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to engage with them as much as I can through a camera. So it's like, okay, do you guys like this movie? Like, let's just say,
you ask them a bunch of questions and they will answer eventually.
Like, Child Play is my favorite movie. How do you, like, what's yours? What's one you grew up on? What's one that really scared you? Comment down below, And then you have these conversations. Like, they comment, I comment back. Like, it's just back and forth, and it's literally like 30 comments, just me talking to one person.
But that's cool, though.
Then I have like 10 other comments that I have to do, So that's definitely, like, something I learned.
Okay.
Because they're your friends, you want to make them feel included. You're making this video for them, for you too, but just really, like, bring them in to your life, to your conversation. How are you going to engage with them?
Take notes, Maya.
Yeah. She's like...
Writing it down. I got it.
That's something I really learned, though, so... Maybe I'll help you.
Smart. Honestly, yeah. I mean, guys, she's making it so good in life. So, like, I know we could trust her. Like, no, because that's so true. We don't like. Yes, we engage, but we say like, oh, like, we're here for you. But like, 99.9% of the time, I would be scared to reach out and be like, hey, I'm having this mental health issue. Can you help me? So I think there's a way that we just have to go about it and, like, just maybe, I don't know. She's right.
She's right.
She's so right.
So, like, being a podcast, though, it's
a bit
harder
different.
to, like, talk, because we, of course, want to talk to our audience, our listeners, or whoever.
Yes.
Like, of course. And I think that's, again, why we post on TikTok, because it's so much easier for us to talk to, on our, our TikTok videos, because obviously we can, we're talking to you or whatever. On our podcast, when we're filming an episode, because again, these are episodes. So, like, versus YouTube, where you're making content, where you're like, hey guys, tell me the next thing about this horror thing or whatever you're doing, right? And comment below. We have an episode planned out, right? So, again, we don't obviously pre-plan our episodes, but we just get a topic we want to talk about, and then we sit here and we just talk. But it's like, so for our episodes, we'll always be like, if we were, again, we were talking about, I don't know, one of the mental health ones, and we were like depression. If you need us, reach out. Obviously, that's different because we are here for you guys, and we do want to have that engagement. But I think asking questions or saying stuff is harder for us because, a podcast, they're listening to what we have to say. They're listening to the advice. Now, again...
A podcast
we
is
want
usually
them to
more of like an on-the-go
comment.
thing.
We want them to comment and be like, oh my God, I really resonated with that, or I really probably didn't. Or like things like that, I think is a little bit different. But we also did a Q&A, and like people asked us a lot of questions for that. Like we did have a good Q&A. So
I'm glad people reached out for it, honestly, because it just shows more engagement. And then, like we say, people reach out to like Maya or like me saying like, hey, like that episode really helped us, like how Rachel said it, or like, you know, other people. Right. So that's the type of engagement that we receive as well.
Like the dating yourself one or something. Like a lot of people like that because they're like, you know, I'm scared to go out by myself, which... you're up there making videos everywhere. No. I guess more like on the mental health side, and obviously the motivation, you said a few things right now. You don't want to let these people down because you have a lot of people watching you, commenting, all this stuff. Obviously the bag, and you have these things that keep you going. But I think, which the money's always nice, and obviously just having a following is nice too because, you know, you are putting some joy in these people's lives. They actually miss you when you're not there, and like that keeps you going for sure. Yeah. But I would still say, like, I mean, life happens to you, and obviously you've had a lot of shit that happened to you in the 3 years, so it's like going through, you know, even, I don't want to say depressed times, I don't know if you were depressed, but sad times or hard times and all this stuff, so it's like, how do you, like, have these hard times or, you know, sad times, and you're still get up and make that video, you still put it out. Yes, besides the audience and maybe the money that you're making from it, but, like, how do you not let the mental health take over? Like, how do you, like, not have this sad day? Because for me, if I'm having a mental health day, I'm fucking staying my ass in bed. I'm like, I'm not doing shit, Maya. Sorry.
You know, everybody has, like, how they deal with things differently, right? And how they process everything and how, you know, upset they get over things. You know, everyone's different. Me, I take it as, like, you know, I'm healthy, you know, I have a roof over my head, you know, I'm doing it's okay. Gonna be okay. Yeah, you had a minor inconvenience.
I think you take everything with a grain of salt type of person. Yeah, it's definitely you.
So yeah, of course I have like hard days, but so I have hard days, but it's just like what's, you know, like I really have these huge goals and accomplishments I want to do. I'm not gonna be able to do that if I'm you're in
bed.
Yeah, how am I gonna do that? And then tomorrow it's another day. I'll do tomorrow.
So you take it day by day too.
Yeah, definitely. But it's just, even if I start off that day sad, like I'm like, you know what? I have stuff I need to do. I really need to like get up and go. Together, like I need to, even if I do
also, it. Also, too, you know, I think like, you know, tomorrow for us, I mean, tomorrow's never promised for anybody. Yep. And I think like that's what Alyssa has taught me really growing up is like, she's like, if you're going to do something, you got to do it today. Yeah. Like you can't wait for tomorrow. And recently I just hit a wall on a lot of things. And so I'm starting to really realize that like you need to start taking, you know, accountability for yourself. You need to start looking yourself in the mirror and fixing what you need to fix and like taking everything the day on and stop pushing it off. Because Alyssa told me like I was crying one day on the phone and I felt so bad for myself, and she literally told me straight up, she goes, I don't feel bad for you. And I said, what? And like she goes, I'm like, what do you mean you don't feel bad for me? And she goes, you're not doing anything to fix it. So how can I feel bad for someone who's not helping themselves? I feel bad about the situation you're going through and how it's making you sad, but I don't feel bad really for you because you're not fixing it. Yep. And, like, I think, like, ever since, you know, she kind of told me that, she always has given me tough love. But since she's told me that, like, what are you doing to, like, make yourself better, you know?
And sometimes that doesn't work for people.
Yeah, and sometimes they can't have the tough love. That really helped me.
Like, it works for me. So I was like, let me try it. I tried being nice. You know, like,
she tried being nice and wasn't listening.
Yeah, it was not. I was like, this is getting nowhere. This is what needs to happen right now, dude. Yeah, like.
She put her foot down with me.
I was like, oh, my gosh. I was like, listen, I know you don't want to hear, but this is how it's going to go. Like, this is what's up.
I
like
think that you have that mindset because it definitely helps you, like, grow into this YouTube career or, like, even in life in general.
And sometimes some people don't have that, right? Like, I really didn't have that. Someone came, like, into my life and really pushed me to do all this stuff. My YouTube, my uncle, like, really gave me that, like, you know, different mindset.
Yeah, he really gave you a lot of support, too, that you thought you never had.
No one made me, like, really push myself. Of course, my parents did, but not like that. 'Cause that's your parents. Right. They're like, I can, slack off. No, but he gave it to me like raw. Like this is what's gonna happen. Yeah. This is what you're doing. Are you fixing it? No. Then what are you doing? Like So, and it's just like to me, that's like, oh man, something switched in my head. Like I'm hungry. I honestly need to do
like
this.
That's what happened to me. Alyssa told me that a few weeks ago, and like since then I've been trying to do things a little bit better for myself, and I've been trying to get up every day, and even if I don't want to do the things, I'm like do it anyway because I can't get anywhere unless I'm pushing myself to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like, it really have to change your mindset. Like, really do.
Oh, it does, definitely. And then it makes you appreciate everything else more. You're like, right, like, why was I crying over that little stuff? Why was I upset? Like, why did I don't have no reason. I have legs and everything. Why did I stay in the house all day on this beautiful day when there's, I think about that too. Like, so many people don't have this, like, ability to do that. And I'm crying over what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it makes me like, no, get up and go. Like, do what you gotta do.
She's real for that.
So it's hard to accept it because of course no one wants to do it. Yeah. You have to work your way into it. But then once you're like that, you're like, literally like, no excuses. No excuses. That's what goes on my head all the time, every day. And when I'm filming.
She's a real ass bitch, y'all.
No, it's just like, no excuses. Like, why aren't you filming today? Are you doing anything today? No. Well, do you have plans to, like, no. Well, do you have a plan to go somewhere? Like, do you have a car? Do you have legs? Like, go film. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's
what you want to grow that platform.
And this
like,
is
that's
me
your
talking
dream to do it.
To myself.
To yourself.
Like, yeah, like, I'm so mean to myself. Like, you have no idea. But, so.
Real.
But once you have that mindset, like, then I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, I have this. And, like, people love me now. Like, that love my content. Like, so I don't want to disappoint them either. So I'm like, get up and make content. That's what they want. They just want to see
Right. They want to see you out there. They want to see you.
So I don't know. That's what works for me. So I don't know.
Well said.
Yeah. Well, Alyssa, thank you so much.
Yes, we appreciate you
for
coming
joining
on
us
here
today. We actually have learned a lot of shit, and she's still gonna show us a lot, off camera and all of this stuff in the
like
YouTube
more into details.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on, and you're more than welcome to come anytime.
Thank you so much for having me. I've never done this. I was like kind of nervous. I was like, dude,
you're our first guest, but I think it's so cool, and like obviously, again, if you guys like this content, if you guys like a podcast with the third person and kind of us like getting into their lives and just more insight about stuff, obviously comment below, let us know. All right, guys, we are gonna wrap this episode up. So thank you for watching,
and thank you for being here.
And in case you forgot, I'm Maya,
and I'm Maya,
and this is
P.S. Love Yourself.
Bye.